So the next one now. When I think about this, this is actually the first video, I'm saying video, to go viral all over the world.
Which is what video are you talking about?
Which is the beating of Rodney King.
And why are we mentioning that?
And we're mentioning it because the person that filmed it has now passed.
Yeah.
Has now passed. What was his name?
George Holiday.
George Holiday.
Yeah.
George Holiday. So, when I read that, I was like, like he was actually pretty significant. Like, because he really, that one guy there, like, showed exactly where racism was at the time.
Yep.
What's going on still happens from time to time, but you know, he exposed a lot.
Well, I wouldn't even say time to time, but anyway.
Yeah.
This
It's happening.
This report of George Holiday's death comes from the Hollywood Reporter. George Holiday, man who filmed the LAPD beating of Rodney King, dies of COVID-19 complications at 61. The tape, described as the Jackie Robinson of police videos, bloody hell, by Reverend Al Sharpton, would set off a deadly chain of events that led to the LA riots in 1992. George Holiday, the plumber who in the early morning hours of March 3rd, 1991, captured on his bulky video camera a group of white LAPD officers viciously beating Rodney King.
And you know them cameras, we remember them cameras. This was before technology. They were big, bulky mothers.
Yeah.
Like, trust me.
Yeah. It goes on to say an early example of citizen journalism, Holiday's grainy black and white video of the beating would set off a chain of events that would ultimately lead to the deadly LA riots in 92, after the 4 officers involved were acquitted, never get over that, of using excessive force. In all, more than 50 people died in the riots, with thousands more injured.
Mad,
Yeah.
innit? Mad. You know what?
Yeah. As you said,
I was a child.
yes, as was I.
Yeah, we were children when it happened, so didn't know the extent or the impact
Of the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just the whole thing. Like, I'm not gonna pretend it was like a world removed. Like the States. Obviously, it happened in this country.
Yeah.
But I'm a child.
Yeah.
And I'm not really seeing it yet.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say yet because things change.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
we've seen a lot in our time.
When you're just a child, then that's something different. But but as I got older, and it was like, you banged the guy, you beat him up, and you got acquitted. Like,
Yeah.
like
For
mercilessly as well.
Do you know, as you said, when you get older, you come to see the real effect of that videotape. Because before that videotape, when people used to say, "Oh, we get beat," when black people used to say that we get beat up by the police a lot, white people in general would say, "Oh, that's nonsense."
I was pulled over by the police.
Yeah,
twice.
they didn't beat me, so blah blah blah. But you know, I think it took that video for people to stand up and say, "Wow, okay, this wasn't called for." You know, because obviously the excuse was he was on crack, and yes, he was on crack. But here's my thing: whether you're on crack or not, if you're on the floor and you let's say you've resisted arrest, right?
Yeah.
You're on drugs. You've been beaten down by the police. You're on the floor.
Yeah, I'm on the floor.
You're no threat to no one.
No.
but they continue beating you. And it wasn't even like, oh, I'll continue beating you like just 3 times and then that's it. They were all whacking him up for what seemed like friggin' hours.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And then you're going to tell me that's not excessive?
They really enjoyed themselves.
Do you know what I mean?
They really enjoyed
Because some people,
themselves.
you know, even to this day, there's still people that back those policemen.
Yeah.
Saying, oh, he was on drugs, blah, blah, blah. But any person with common sense will see that that's excessive. And how those police officers got off, that showed you the extent of the racism in America. And
Hear the cry. Was he on crack?
yeah.
Was he on crack?
He was. Even he admits it.
Okay, he was on crack.
Even he admits it.
Have you seen crackheads?
Yeah.
They're not really a threat. Especially to 4 man. I mean, you might get the odd one that's got a bit of mental health and a bit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
9 times out of 10,
Yeah. But even regardless, he's on the floor.
yeah. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
You've mashed him up, and then you've mashed him up some more just for the fun of it, for the hell of it, and he gets away with it. And it's things like this that made us believe, as black people, that guy who killed George Floyd would probably get off.
Yeah, I did think. I
thought he would get off.
I thought there was always a chance.
Because of what happened with, even though this was in '92.
Yeah, but this is indoctrinated.
No, you know the saying where they say the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what we're living in right now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this guy, I have to say, he was very brave in what he did. Because he got a lot of flack. I mean, if you read the whole article,
Yeah.
the police tried to confiscate his property, which he's allowed to he's allowed to videotape the police doing their duties.
And remember, they're early days, so there's no real legislation for anything, or
Yeah, but they tried to confiscate the tape, and in fact they did confiscate it. But by the time they confiscated it off of him, he already made copies and sent it to the reporters.
Okay.
And the networks, and they circulated it, which shows you that they weren't interested in justice; they were just interested in saving face.
Arse covering,
Yeah, and they harassed him even after the case. They harassed him.
Yeah, of course.
They really harassed him. I mean, he tried to make some money afterwards, and I don't blame him because they basically made his life a living hell.
Yeah.
You know, and it's those kind of things that stop good citizens helping people in their time of need in things like this. You know, especially when it comes to the police.
He tried to sell the camera.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he tried to sell a camera.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he did.
No, there were no takers. There were no takers.
Was there not?
No. He was considering going back to Argentina, but where he's originally from.
Okay.
I feel sorry for him. Because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we always want people in society to do the right thing by other citizens, especially when it comes to this, you know, racism, you know, anything to do with racism, basically. And, you know, this guy stepped up and did the right thing. And
did you know, on the same tape, he's got footage on the same tape of them filming Terminator.
Right. Okay.
On the same tape. Okay. That's why he had the camera.
That's why he had the camera.
Okay. Facts.
Okay.
He's filming. That's why he's even out there at them time, just randomly.
Right.
Because you think back then, who was walking around in the middle of the night with them big chunky? Unless you're,
especially in LA. LA at that time was a jungle.
Someone would have just licked him down and took his camera.
You know that. I mean,
and them cameras weren't cheap back then.
Yeah. I mean, LA is still dangerous, but I'll go to LA a lot, and it's a lot safer than what it used to be. You know. So you're right. I feel for him, man. I feel for him. He you know, he suffered because of it, for doing the right thing. And you know, and then, you know, died of COVID-19 of all things. You know,
mad. Yeah,
it's
man saw history in the making.
It's crazy.
And died of COVID-19.
You know, he's gonna, and don't get me wrong. We are not trying to sit here. You know, we're just stating the facts. You know, we're we're not trying to politicize anything. We're not trying to. That's not what we're about. But we just try and state the facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad how everything played out. I think Rodney King is even dead. He died a few years ago, didn't he? I wonder what's happened to those police officers. I wonder what's happened to them.
Yeah, they're probably
You
in the redneck country somewhere.
know. But
Branding.
it's sad. It's sad. It's sad. I mean, it's always sad when people die, and when it's sad when people do the right thing and are ostracized, for it. And I hope that doesn't dissuade anyone from helping anyone else.
No, I think today's society where everyone's quick to bring out camera.
Yeah, and
Quick to bring out camera.
yeah.
But they will watch a man die and bring out camera and not do nothing.
Yeah.
So that's another problem.
Well, that's another problem we have.
People just like, I'm not involved, but I'm filming it.
because let's be honest, the amount of people filming that police officer killing George Floyd, they could have easily got him off George Floyd.
Could they?
There was only 4 police officers. How many people do you think there were? There was loads of people there.
Could they though?
Of course they could. Of course they could. Of course they could.
Yeah, no, that you could.
Personally,
I mean, if it's my family,
no, you know me,
Yeah.
and you know, I if I was there,
I think so. Yeah.
I would have jumped on that policeman. I would have jumped on, and I'm not a hero or anything. I'm just saying, personally,
Watching a man die in front of you.
I can't have that. When a man's pleading for his life, he was begging for it. I can't watch that tape anymore.
It haunts. It's haunting.
It really is.
It's
If you read,
haunting.
the man, even from the beginning when he was in the car, saying, "Look, I want to come with you, but I'm just claustrophobic. Just give me a minute." He's trying to comply. Anyway, we're going off at a tangent now.
We.
But we. Yeah. Anyway, the death of George Holiday. What do you think about it? What do you think of his actions videotaping Rodney King? What do you think of the consequent the problems that happened afterwards with the riots and so on and so forth? Please leave your comments down below.